Hey, hey, hey. It is your health and wellness coach, Marisha here of MBodyFitness Fitness, checking in. And we are wrapping up. I'm looking about to say, let me look on my phone. The end of 40 days on this juice feast. Couple of disclaimers. If you see me look this way, I'm looking at myself. And then I'm going back to the camera. Um, if I yawn, if you're new here, I'm not really tired. Yawn has made her own space, and she is a her because I am a her. And that's that. We are females. Okay, so yo, let me show y'all my sign because I worked hard on this. 40 days. All right, it's been 40. It's been 40 days. My goodness, and I have. All right, we got some time today because I feel like the deeper that I get into this, the longer this recap gets. So each time I finish a 10-day mark, I take notes for the next 10 days. If things come about, and boy, did things come about. Um, I'm gonna try to read. Not try. Not trying. I'm doing it because I'm doing it. I did 40 days, so everything I do from now on, I'm doing it. Okay, I'm gonna calm down. Okay, I'm gonna read it, and then if I have to break it down, I'll break it down because y'all already know. Let me hold it up here so y'all can see my face. All right. I need some air blowing, but I have the heat on. I have to yawn again. I am a little tired because I just got in from work. Attitude is something I'm still working on. Regurgitating old energies and habits quicker to apologizing and not sulking, especially if I'm wrong. So I've had the tendency to, I don't care if I got you mad, I'll be about my business. And then, here you want a napkin, that type thing, come back around. So I'm not doing that as much. I'm still slower to anger, though I still have outbursts. Okay? Honesty is best with these, with yourself. I ain't gotta lie. Um, you ain't gotta lie, Craig. Okay, thought I heard something. First time doing something like this that's life altering as such around near or on my birth Earth Day. It was February 3rd. Um, where's my other calendar? Today's the 9th. Um, or even near my B-Day, in my B-Day month as well. Literally, this is literally a new year, new me. I can definitely stamp that, because a lot of people like to say that and then they go back and carry on with all of the same habits. Um, I have more self control even when I do. What was I saying? Okay, excuse me. More self control. And even when I don't, I remind myself of why. My why. All the time. I got my whys written down. I say them in the AM. I bring them up. I'm reminded about them with a picture in my head. Different ways. I am not influenced or desiring any of these foods that I stop eating. Um, excuse me. Any of the foods that I ate a lot of. I see things and I'm just like, you're not. So the analogy that I have is like school. Yeah, I wrote that. Promoted from elementary to junior high. So the work is, you're gonna sit in class, you're gonna be like, why am I here? Like all my friends, all my people, they all in sixth, seventh, eighth grade, and I'm sitting here in first and second grade. What? So That's how I see food now. And I may repeat this again later, but so obviously the changing over to veganism has become much better than it was over 10 years ago, which is when I was transitioning. I was on the cusp of the transition, and the foods and everything was, it was more enticing. You got videos out, you could see all these things all the time, blah, blah, blah. And that's how I be talking myself down. I'm like, girl, you graduated or you got promoted from that. That ain't you no more. You gonna look stupid. Like eating that. Like, no. Mm-mm. Um, let's see. Cleaning and reorganizing some cabinets is what I did. And all right, if I yawn from this point on, I'm not saying excuse me, so I'm done. Because now she's just getting out of control. It's like she gotta keep saying something every time I say something. I went and purchased some more mason jars, different sizes, and put my spices and dry fruits and dry goods like the quinoa and let me see, my kelp. Actually, excuse me, wakame flakes, which is kelp's cousin, seaweed, whatever you want to call it. Lentils, all them stuff, and inside my mason jars. My Caribbean accent just came out there. I just heard it, and I'm not even from there. Let's see. The evening of February 1st felt cramping, very faint but noticeable. Cycle still has not shown up. So initially, I was letting fear get in my head with that, right? Because people just be like, oh my God, what if? But ain't nothing even happening to be happening, for one. And, if you are, I ain't even gonna mention that anyway. There's nothing being done. Okay, nothing implanted, none of that stuff. I ain't trying out none of them things. But I do know that because I'm doing something different, like extremely different, which to my body is extreme, although I was pacing myself to prepare for this, it's still different to the other systems. So I feel like it's a ripple effect. So I'm not moving in fear, not worried, because if I'm doing something here different, my body will also play out different, which it has in all aspects. All right. Bowel movement on February 1st, as soon as I rise for the day. Evening before, I had a lot more to drink, 3 to 4 juices, plus the water. I said previously, I drink about 32 ounces, between 20 and 32 ounces of warm water in the AM with the ginger and the key lime. As long as I don't have to run out, I drink that. Let's see. Again, first and only B-day in my 30s that I've done or something like this. And it'll be my last because I'm 39. Day 34, which was my B-day, I made some special drinks and also had 4 drinks including water and another bowel movement. So you better drink up. People continuously say they don't have any bowel movements because, they ain't eating nothing after a while. I find that to be very false because if you push, even the days where I drink extra water, it's pushing on the organs and you literally feel it. And that's a whole lot of still coming out. I don't know why people think that, they shit their life away one time. Like, oh my God, ain't nothing come out after a while. It was just nothing after a while. Just had the urge to just, No, give yourself some more water. Give yourself some more juice. Or even if you're not even in the phase of juicing, eat some more fruit. Get it up, get it out. I was challenged with emotions to eat on my B-day. But I coached and talked to myself and made it through because I was correlating growing up, as we all do, eating, celebrating, right? Emotional eating. which is why we have comfort food, because it helps with that emotion. So this is a new territory for me again. And I usually celebrate the whole month, so we are still in February. So it's definitely challenging, and this is the last month of me doing it. I have 20 days to go. Um, so I never celebrated this way. This is super new. I'm looking at the time. The night of my born day, I had an emotional breakthrough. Not necessarily a breakdown, but it was like, whew, Lord, God, thank you so much, I just want everything to work. I'm so grateful, but at the same time, the fear. I'm moving away from that and that, but I really need you right now, and I thank you for being with me. Thank you, guides. Guides, teachers, everybody, Y'all know I'm a crybaby. Y'all know me. Y'all know me better than me, crying in the night. Cried myself almost asleep, because then I started doing my meditation and breathing. So it was cool after that. But it felt like, I don't know, like 30 minutes. But see, again, going into this new territory, opening up and not having these blockages from food allows that to happen. And then I also think that me calming down as fast as I did was a part of what I'm doing now, because it's like you could turn it on, you could turn it off. Which is why some people be like, I don't know why I'm crying, but I'm happy. I don't know why I'm crying, but I'm sad. Like in a blink or turn of the head, right? Okay. Um, Drinking a minimum of 3 drinks is a necessity now, and that's not even including water. I'm batch juicing. I'm still batch juicing, but it's increased. I'm batch juicing like well, now I done fixed it to go back to 3 days, but initially I was busting out, because I'm making 6 drinks now. I was busting out my juice and finishing like every 2 days. But having my Nama C2, shout out to Nama, although I just want to put people on. Because it's so easy to juice with that, or whatever type of cold press juicer you got that can handle more than one ingredient at one time, and you gotta put it there one. That makes it easier and makes me want to juice. So I just talk to myself. I'm like, all right, bet I'm gonna get up, rock out. Like, I have to juice to get up early before I go to work, and juice for the next couple of days. I'm okay with that. Your body temperature. My body temperature is low, because obviously it's not being worked up, because I'm not eating anything to have to break down so much. So I'm getting cold quicker, especially when being still. So I just bundle up, even around my house, even when I go to bed, even when I jump out the hot shower. I'm just like at work, everything. So I'm there. And it's similar to if you ever fasted for a short duration, 3 days, 4 days, you know what I'm talking about. I'm giving myself activities to give myself distractions, which is one was the mason jars, reorganizing the cabinets and stuff and labeling them. I'm going to maybe post a video on here and my Instagram about that, so you can see. Do a little short. I also created an Amazon list. I call it the desire list. It's not a wish list, because whatever I desire, I will get. Wishing to me is just like, oh, can I have that? But I am that I am, and I already have. So it's in my possession. It's just not physically here yet, but it's in my possession. But that list is in the bio. So you are welcome to purchase anything and, follow that directions. Let's see. I weighed myself on day 31, and I'm smaller than I've ever been, that I can recall, at least since being a teen. But I'm not staying here. I know I'm on a mission and I'm okay with where I'm at. And see if I can get through this because I feel like I gotta go pay the water bill. Bathroom. Yeah, so being this small is cool. I know I'm not, it's not unhealthy. Cleansing myself. So I'm okay with it. And I don't think I'm going to weigh myself again until the last, no, not the last day, but going into the first day of March. That's when I weigh myself again, just to see. Okay, so this quote I saw, do I want to read that right now? I do. I watch it again, and I watch a lot of videos. I told you guys to keep myself accountable in all dimensions, and watching videos helps me mentally. And the guy said, being a victim is easy, responsibility is hard. Chris beat cancer. He was on Jillian's YouTube channel. She interviewed him. That was something, a segment that he said. It was some other stuff that he said too that stood out. Oh, chronic disease is caused by your lifestyle, diet, environment. These are all rhetoric things, but I just love that when other people mention it from other spaces of the earth, and I'm just like, okay, so there are people, and I know and I understand that everybody is not meant to do or go everywhere. Like, you want to save everybody, you want everybody in your family to stay alive and do everything you actually, when you learn it and apply it, but it don't work like that. So we got to consider it like a profession. Like, everybody's doing different things. You could share, you did your part, the Most High knows, you keep it moving. Literally, family, kin, whoever. I know for sure my cycle is changing up because of what's happening, because again, I wrote it down again. When I write the notes, I don't really go through them back, to look for it, because I need to write it down and keep it going. And I already wrote, not worry, because this is a major change I'm taking my body through, so it's a ripple effect for now. My skin is itching even more around the intestines. I've seen small hives here and there around that area. And again, I already know it's stuff that's coming out. Finally given that break that my intestines needed, so I know things are moving and grooving. I'm attracting more people who need healing. Some listen and some don't, but it's my calling to serve and respond to a certain degree. And I just said that. And I'm not going to beg anybody to take care of themselves, especially if they don't show it. I could go, well, it's a difference when you're helping somebody and they're like, oh, show me. And then they're doing it, but they're not doing it the best way. Just like learning how to ride a bike. The initiative is there. They want to do it. But then you got those who complain and be like, yeah, nah, I ain't doing that. Nah. Hold up. Okay, so as I was saying, the next thing is I journal the pics of my drinks and my recipes, because I'm not writing them down. I'll take a picture of what I cut up and then take a picture of how the drink comes out. And if you're following me on YouTube, if you're following me on Instagram or Facebook under MBodyFitnessMBF, same name, you'll see that I post. And then even on here, actually, I've posted the pictures with like videos with what I put in it. I ain't hiding it. Ain't nothing new under the sun. Just new ways of doing it, right? So go ahead, because it may come out different because how you make it. I don't put measurements. I don't measure what I'm making. I ain't doing none of that. Since I'm talking about this, I didn't write this down. Supplements. I do infuse my drinks with sea moss, homemade sea moss that I make. I think I said that in my other video. See, I told you, once I say it, I release it. I'm not holding it. I have great memory. But some of the things I'm saying is going to be redundant, maybe a little bit. So the sea moss is in some of them, or most of them. Um, or coconut water, or I have iodine drops. If you purchase anything, make sure it's to your liking. Make sure it says what it needs to be, only what you're putting in your mouth. And I mean on the back of the label, not just the front. Flip everything around and read, because even with coconut water, people be thinking they go into the store getting the coconut water in the containers, and there be coconut water, 2% sugar, sodium somebody. No. I mean, it's already a challenge because the coconut water is in the container, right? Because, somebody on the island or somebody else will say, oh, you should get it from the coconut, but you're doing what you can do. So read your label, make sure that it's just only that inside. Not eating, chewing, preparing food gives me the time and opportunity to deal with other matters in other dimensions and work on and heal, or work on healing. And it brings to the surface what I need to really focus on. No chewing and distractions, because I feel like you may agree, and if you don't, it's okay, because this is my opinion. Chewing is something you have to focus on. You want to focus on when you're tasting, all of that. So now you don't have any of that. You ain't got to worry about prepping anything. You're not thinking about the next meal. Some people eat and don't even focus on the food that they eating. They worried about the next meal. Be in the moment and enjoy. So that's making me do that as well. Being intentional with enjoying what I am tasting and absorbing. People are so addicted to pain, or that's all they know, and they don't want to change, or make a million excuses, or wait for a white coat to diagnose them, and maybe then they'll change. I just wrote that down, so I'm gonna say it again. People are so addicted to pain, or that's all they know, and they don't want to change, or make a million excuses, or wait for a white coat to diagnose them, and maybe they'll change. Addiction is serious out here, and that's in any dimension, and it's not to ridicule anybody about just food. This is about anything that you are consuming in any dimension that you don't know how to give a rest and give a break from. Talking about phones, because there's ways around that. Even with a business with a phone, you can tell your people, we're going on a break. We're going on a hiatus for 30 days. You can be intentional in all platforms. If you don't address the cause, nope, that's not what it say. If you don't address the root cause, you'll need a medication. And we already know what medication does, right? Okay. Promise it's the last page now. Here's another thing that Chris Beat Cancer, the guy Chris said, which is another rhetoric thing. Healing is not a miracle. What your body... Healing is not a miracle. It's what your body does. That's what it says. That's what happens when you read it too fast. I need the calmate. Did I say that right? Okay. Let's see, what am I saying here? Sitting down and having a check-in with self, verbal and written, or one or the other, once a day, definitely is helping me. I usually do both, so a day. If I randomly, sparingly, I'll do one. It got to be something else happening. But again, I have time now, so every time I felt depleted physically, emotionally, I watched YouTube TV or read longer in a day, and that really helped. It really helped. It really helped because, man, I had moments where I was just like, oh no, this is why I got to keep doing it 10 by 10 because I don't know. But then I'm like, You know, the whole personality thing. And it's just like, what? Excuse me? You got today 40. You right here, like 2 days 40, which is you being over the hump, which is like you only 20 days away, which is really you 10 days away, which is really you at 60 days. And you gonna tell me, what? You saying this? Who you talking to? Nah. And it's like, you're not talking to me, which is me saying that. If Anyway, I'm on it. I go back in my corner, talk to my gods and my teachers and the Most High, and they like, listen, tighten up. You got this. And anyway, let me keep going. Day 37, bowel movement. First thing upon rising, no challenge. Again, I already spoke about that, so I'm gonna keep moving on. I wrote out a reward list, which is what I already mentioned, and I just want to reiterate that the Amazon desire list, which will be in the bio, for completing this. The link is in the description. I can hear and feel the juice flow through me when in silence, especially. I can definitely feel it and hear it. Again, the give up urge comes and goes, but I'm not quitting, not giving into the parasites, because, honey, that's triggering. And that's the signals they send into this nervous system, then comes to the brain. And you're like, what? Should I? No, because it's going to be here when you get done. It ain't nothing that you are seeing or smelling that you can't experience when you're done. That's what I be telling myself. I've been telling myself that for years, with not even just on this type of wave, but anytime I eliminate salt, sugar, fried food, this, whatever, I'm like, it's going to be here. You're healing and you're here for a short time. You don't even know when you're going to dip. So let's get to it. You got work to do. Heightened sensitivity, emotional outbursts. Tell you that is legit, because again, there's nothing blocking anything. So you just like, you want to cry. Oh man, I've never been that person to just be like randomly want to cry. I ain't never been. And just be crying off of somebody else crying. It takes me a lot. But now, I be cracking up on myself. Because I would tease my family about that. I'm like, what are you crying for? This lady over here, you don't even know her, but you see her crying, and you just crying. My old co-worker too. I'm like, can you let them get the story out first? You don't even know. They be like, oh God, wait, I gotta get myself together. And everybody's crying. I'm like, he didn't even start talking. I'm like, I know, but she crying is making me cry. What? But now I do that. Not a lot though. And also emotional outbursts on the angry side, which is again what I talked about initially, and I've been working on that diligently. Not sulking, because the sulking allows you to sit and look stupid, as well as make that person feel bad longer. Let's see. This is the part I was looking forward to sharing. Okay. I passed a small parasite when I had an evening bowel movement on day 38. Sort of loose stool, and it was more so solid of a bowel movement, but I saw that parasite. And speaking of that, I did pass mucoid plaque. I said it in another video, I think I said it wrong, but I did, and oh my God. That's literally mucoid plaque is old shit. Okay? And it has a stench to it. It has a different stench than regular poop. Because when I was pooping and I saw like the regular soft serve, here we're gonna eat it, but hey, gotta give you a detailed explanation. Smells was like night and day. When did I write that? Oh, that was in my 20 recap video, my 20-day recap video, because I was releasing that around between the 20 and 30 day. I am posting in groups for accountability. I'm posting here for accountability. The groups I'm in on the different platforms I'm on, and even just posting here has played a big part with me continuing strong. Because I could be in a club, I could be in anything, but if I don't personally post, then I just be like, I could just lie. Just me in my head, because I'll just be guilty about it too. It'll bother me. It's a competition with myself. Nobody else. And success to everybody else and all these other groups and whatever they're doing, however many days, whatever they're doing it, because I'm in different groups where people are juicing or some people are just eating fruits or they're doing both. Somebody's doing raw. It's people on different points of their journey. Castor oil pack. I bought that back in, which I'm about to do in a few minutes for my day 3, day 38. So I do 3 days on, 3 days off over my womb. And it has been more intense, but I can tolerate it for, let me see if I can explain it. Ladies, obviously, if you had cramps before and some intense cramps, you can understand. Fellas, if you had intense cramps from like a stomach ache, maybe you can understand that, like, that tight feeling. Ladies is a little different, especially if you had labor pains. It's that, let me see if I can explain it. Both parties could get it. Boom. You know how those massage vibrators, and they start like, and they go, right? Mine was like middle, that. So like I can tolerate it, but it was just like, all right, God, what's going on? What's going on? Yeah. And just to speak on this, if you got this far in the video, I don't mind talking about it because I'm not going to put it on the title of it. First off, when I have any type of, I'm going to scratch that, reject that. When there are any type of ailments that are going on in this body that I am in charge of at the moment, I do not put I have with it because I don't have it. I'm only in charge of the spirit here. I have a human body, but I am a spiritual being. Okay? So, fibroids exist. The doctor that I had in the state that I lived in, they try to do that whole scary thing, like, oh my God, you have so, but they think everybody's just dumb, and they don't read the stuff that they get. So the doctor before her also tried to scare me. I was like, oh, you should have surgery. I said, miss, don't even talk to me about this because I'm not doing it. Thank you respectfully. And the first doctor knew from every time on after that not to play with me or mention that. The second doc, fast forward, she looked over the results I had with the first doctor. She looked over the results that existed. I'm going to keep catching myself. And then, then we did some ultrasounds and all them things to see what was going on, because that's the only reason why I deal with them or dealt with them. And the number that was there from the initial first doctor, I don't understand how to pronunciate the terms as fast as I do, like the word the bird, but I can break them down, right? But I also know how to read measurements, even if I don't understand it. So I'm comparing, looking at where A was or existed, and then looking at measurements. So I'm like, all right, boom. Oh, okay. So I sent the results to a few people who my close circle, and I was like, tell me if y'all see what I see. And he's like, oh, it's less. Okay, so it's not me tripping. So this lady, second doctor, called me. It was like, oh, I have some results for you, and she's talking, like trying to, are you sitting down? I'm like, Miss, you can go ahead and talk to me. Go ahead. What is going on? She's like, well, you have one new one, and you have one that grew, and you have another one that's the same size. I'm like, okay. And again, that's that fear factor type energy where people trying to rub off on you, and I'm like, nah. So then now, before I even reacted to anything that she said, I said, okay, great. Thank you for the update. Click. I went and opened the paper that I had. I printed, actually. I was at work. I forwarded this email to my work email, and I printed it out because I was like, I'm Aquarius. I cannot let stuff sit in my head for long. I need to get it done. And I was like, especially if I'm in the right, you're gonna get called out. So I highlighted stuff. She's like, oh, you got a new one. Miss, you didn't even look at you didn't look at anything clearly, because you would have said, oh, whatever you're doing, keep up with it, because they have decreased in number. And my assumption is, when she said, oh, this one got bigger, was that it is on the way out, right? It is not existent. So I had to check her for that. And that's why I use the castor oil packs to assist with what's going on. Because, again, there is no I, just to assist what is going on. And I also know, because, I have family members, I can't remember who I told, who didn't think, or she's like, wow, you have? And I'm like, yeah. I said, well, it's not I, but they exist. She's like, wow, you've been taking care of yourself. Some of these things exist because of other traumas as well. So you have to remember that, because I have been on this journey since 2012, and I want to say I'm 39, so I've been eating crazy for more than half of my life. But for other people who have, I don't like to compare journeys, but I'm just doing this for this video. There's some people who, they have testimonies like, oh, boom, it popped out, boom. But for whatever reason, something let go quicker for them. But I wholeheartedly know that the bond that is existing is beyond food, because I've done no salt, oil, flour, sugar. I've released a lot of other things. I have not eaten any type of meat since 2015, and I say that because I stopped fish 2015. That's animal. I had no animal since 2015. I've been doing the herbs. I've been doing anything that you can think of in any dimension. I'm literally working deep, 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 deep. So I know that this is an emotional trauma that I am working on, and now I'm getting to that shit. Cause baby, the castor oil ain't never did this before. This castor oil pack ain't never did this before. I'm telling you, it was really intense. I used to have some intense cramps back in the day. Me and my womb, I have a name for her, but I call her Woomy, like YOY, WOMBIE, Woomy. And but her name is sacred, so when we have conversations and I touch her and talk to her, she know what's up, and she really know I'm working. And then the people who I dealt with, like partners, who I dated, being angry, doing all of these things, all of this stuff accumulates. Just like how you could get high blood pressure just from people, it's the same way how other stuff can start existing in your body because of stuff that outside of food. Like just carrying on hate can stimulate a dis-ease in your body. Dis-ease is discomfort. So I had a lot of discomfort in my life growing up. And, I talked to my younger self and let her know that I'm here from time to time. But I know that whatever is existing simply because of that. Moving along. Sugar, salt, craving. I understand where it stemmed from. Know where to hide when on these type of journeys. And regardless of everything that I mentioned, I am loving this new, what did I put? Okay, I don't know what I said, but I'm loving this new journey regardless. And yeah, that is wrapping up day 40. I'm definitely sitting here and gonna say that I'm gonna shoot and aim and reach 60. So what I'm gonna check in 2 more times. So oh, I will share as well. I'll share that in another video because I want to wrap this up. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for staying around this long if you stood around. And if not, then that's not my business. And if you did, then it was your intention to hear this because you needed to hear this. And I hope that you are stimulated to do something, whether it be 5, 10 days, or you do 10 days and then you go eat again, do another 10 days, and you break up your journey. You ain't got to do it like me. You can make your own how you know, how you want to. I am marking my calendar as I go. Look. So here, boom, boom, chicka boom, right? This is a spare calendar that I'm doing. And again, I already showed you this. Here, I have this around, so I look up to this. I have it on my floor in my room, and I look forward to changing it. So I'm like, oh, I got 10 days to go until I change that to 50, and I can redesign that. All right, so have a good day, evening, wherever time of the day it is, wherever you are. And I'll talk to you next time. Peace.